All right, there we go. I think we're all set now. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Once again, I've got you all muted. So if you want to mute, ask a question, jump in, say something, hit *6. It'll unmute you, but then make sure you remute your own phone. Okay, so today it's just me, okay, and you, whoever's on there today. I think there was a little issue with the service this morning, so hopefully it didn't deter some people from getting on. But let's get started here. Okay, so now we have the 27th of January. So now we're at the end of January, and this is what I call the Rockstar Reminder. All right, so remember, you all have a goal. I don't know if you saw my video this morning, but you all have a goal. With that goal comes a daily schedule. That daily schedule is your daily business plan. All right, are you doing it? Have you been doing it for the month of January? If you have, congratulations. If you haven't, time to make a course adjustment now. Okay, less than 10% of the year has transpired, 1/12 almost, right? So, you have to make that adjustment now before you're going to end up in a whole different place. If I take out from Los Angeles to land in Boston and I am 2% off, not a lot at first, but a whole bunch eventually. Okay, so that's what you guys are going to be like doing if you do not get back on it. Get back on it. All right, okay, we're going to thrive in 2025. If you're going to thrive in 2025, you got to be on your schedule now. No excuses. I just read a great quote this morning by Kobe. I don't like people who don't work hard. I don't enjoy people who, basically it's all about, you're not a victim. This is your life. You are 100% responsible. Okay, so let's rock and roll. But life isn't fair. Who said it was going to be fair? Where's that in the rule book? Some days are fair. Some days are more than fair. Some days are less than fair. That's called life. All right, so just do what you're supposed to be doing. Take a look in the mirror. Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? If you are, a majority of the time, you're going to do fine. I was very fortunate last week to be able to attend a little bit of the Mike Ferry Superstar Retreat, the 50th anniversary, the Productivity Retreat, 50th anniversary, and it was great. I mean, it's a lot of reminder. It's not like I haven't heard Mike before. I have, but it was a great reminder. A lot of great stuff. Okay, are you constantly filling your mind with great stuff? All right, so here's the Rockstar Reminder now, other than those basics. Focus on results. Focus on results. What's working for you? Okay, we got this new rule. I mean, it literally starts today for calling. Don't use an auto dialer. Don't call the do not call list. Okay, it's that simple. If you don't do those two things, you'll be 100% fine, and you can still use the phone. If you're super worried about it, become a mega door knocker. What about the expireds? Go knock them. What about around your listings and sales? And so if you're concerned about it, go become a knocker. All right, so. And remember now, door knocking requires knocking on the door, not just dropping stuff at their door. That's a door dropper. You want to be a door knocker. All right? So focus on results. Okay, not just being busy. Anybody can be busy. You want results. All right? Then I would say make sure you're in the right environment, like the gym, like audiobooks. Like, are you prospecting with people in your office? Do you congregate with the people that, want to do business, that are productive? Okay, so that's the type of thing I'm talking about. You can always find people who will support you, and you can always find people that'll try to, knock you down a notch, because they know they're not going to do those things. Okay, they're not going to do the things that are required, all right, to be successful. All right, I always like to say revisit your passion. What is your passion? I think you should revisit your passion. I think you should revisit your money. I think you should revisit your savings. I think you should revisit your net worth. I think you should revisit your spirituality. I think you should revisit your relationship, everything. But it starts with, what are you passionate about? Do you have something that makes you want to get up and do it? And hopefully there is. A lot of us have something, and we have more than one something. We have several somethings. Okay, so make sure that you're understanding what that is, revisiting it. And you know what? As part of your meditation, you should be grateful. You should be grateful for what you have, and you should be grateful for what you're going to have in advance, as if you already do. That's the way I like to do meditation. I was just talking with my wife about that this weekend, and she asked me, how do you do it? And I'm like, that's how I do it. Well, what do you mean? I go, I visualize the way I want my life to be, and I visualize being grateful already for what I already have. Just two things. All right, so You can even visualize your golf game. You can visualize all kinds of things the way you want them to go. All right. So revisit your passion also. I wouldn't, it wouldn't be fair if I didn't add this in. What are the billable hour activities? I was just at Mike's last week. What are the billable hour activities? Prospecting, lead follow-up, quality appointments, negotiating deals. Right now, remember this, everybody is your client. There are no customers. So every time you're on an appointment, it's a billable hour activity. Okay? It's a billable hour activity. That being said, I just went through 4 points of working. Now, number 5 is have some balance in your life. I know it's tough to be 100% balanced. Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to what you consider to be balanced. What is your goal this year? I mean, if you have a goal, if you're in my coaching, if you're in, there's a lot of good coaches out there too. One of the things they talk about is have time on, have time off. All right. So when we say balance, it's like you can't be on all the time and you can't be, off all the time. You got to have a balance in there. Like you can't go to the gym all day. It wouldn't even be good for you to go to the gym all day. Even those big weightlifters and, they don't train all day and, triathletes and they don't train all day. You need time on, you need proper nutrition, and then you need rest time. Those are all very important. Same with your business. You need prospecting time, you need appointment time, you need rest time, you need to sleep 8 hours a night, 7-8 hours at least, right? So all those things are important. So have balance. And this one's, I think, very important. Trust yourself. I would even say be confident, be competent. Trust yourself means you're not going to get any better. Like my little joke when I play golf is, how long do you spend on the golf course, on the driving range before you play? And I always spend 10 or 15 minutes. And I always say, because I'm not going to get any better that day. But the driving range is simply to warm up and get out there. Okay? So it's not for, it's not really for practice. That's other times that you go if you're going to practice your swing and so forth. Same with so you have to trust yourself in where you are when you get on the golf course. You're not going to get any better that day. Okay, I mean a smidgen better, but ultimately you are who you are that day on the golf course. You are who you are when you go on a listing appointment, when you go on a buyer appointment. Trust yourself. Even if you're not 100% where you are, you're still way more educated than most sellers, definitely, and definitely most of your competition. I hope so. All right, so trust yourself in where you are. I think that's critically important. It comes across if you're confident. It comes across if you're not. People can tell. We all have that natural filter, gauge, whatever you want to call it, inside of us. We can tell someone who's confident, and we can tell someone who is not. And you're not going to list with somebody who's not. Trust me. All right? So, okay, this one I think is very important. Avoid blame. It's not the world. It's not the weather. It's not your spouse. It's not your kids. It's not oh my God, my president didn't win and my president did win. And, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. In any environment, you live in the best country in the world with the most opportunity. Okay, so it is totally up to you. I mean, you have all kinds of help around you if you choose to take it. And you have people around you that'll sell yourself short just like you will if that's what you want to do. But I would recommend that you don't do that. We already covered that in point number 2. Align yourself with people who you have the same journey, same goal in you. Maybe even some people that have a little higher than you. So you have even more accountability. Okay, so avoid blame. Okay, if you want to blame somebody, look in the mirror. That's the person. You are exactly where you are today because of what you've done prior to today. If you want to change where you're going or where you want to end up, all right, you got to change what you're doing. Right? And I know everybody on this call and everybody in my coaching, that's exactly what they want to do. All right, the next one on my list is stop wasting time. You can be productive or you can be busy. And sometimes you can't be both. All right, so spend time. That's why the schedule is so important. If you follow your schedule, okay, your schedule will get you there. But, not following your schedule and saying, well, it's only January, and I don't understand that. You're working. This is your business. You are a solo entrepreneur. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. and you're going to waste time intentionally screwing yourself. It doesn't even make sense. I'm screwing the company. Well, wait a minute. The company's you. Oh, yeah. Oops. Right. So don't screw the company. Company's you. Right. This is your life. This is what I love about real. I think the whole world should be on commission. It would be a different world if they were. You show up, you do work, you get paid what you're worth. That's what the great thing about real estate. That's why it's really unfair positively to the person who's willing to work. That's why 90% of the business is done by 10% of the agents, because they're the ones willing to do the extra, take the extra step, go the extra mile, which is my next point. Do the next right thing. Okay? Do the next right thing. Right? That to me means follow my schedule. I have my schedule and time blocks. I can't tell you how many people I've coached. It's almost like a revolution. Not almost. They go through this, oh my God, it's like they're having a revelation, a spiritual experience. They've seen God. Okay, that might be a little too far. But, because they understand how when you say time blocking will solve all your problems, it sounds so simple that it can't be. Well, but it is. If you time block, get up, right? Do a little meditation, hopefully. Go whatever your schedule is. I could go through mine, but mine's not yours. Yours needs to be whatever it is. And then I know at the end of the day, I've had a wonderful day and I sleep well, and because I'm tired. I love when people tell me I don't sleep well. Well, are you working out? No. Well, maybe you're not tired. I don't know how I'd be tired at the end of the day if I didn't work out. I have no idea. Right? But working out, eating right, and not overeating too, and working hard when you're at work. This is not a job that is strenuous, that you're not lifting boxes and moving refrigerators, but it requires a lot of brain power, it requires a lot of motivation. Right? That's why you got to have energy, got to feel good, got to be positive. And, no one's born positive. Well, actually, we're all born positive, and then we beat the crap out of each other. Like the media is the best at it. They can turn anything into just ridiculousness. It's just crazy. And then people watch it. That's why they keep doing it. Like, you know what? I firmly believe this. Every time we have a crazy situation in the country, they should not cover it. Mention it once, that's it. Because it's kind of like what they did at sporting events. The reason people are no longer streaking at sporting events is because they don't show it on TV. They will not show it. They should do the same thing with every behavior that's inconsistent with a wonderful life. But they can't. Everybody love, the great song by Don Henley. People love it when you lose. They love dirty laundry. It's all about everything that goes wrong. Get the widow on the set. We love dirty laundry. I mean, people love to see loss, devastation. I don't understand it. It's weird, right? But but news knows that, and they know the more they sensationalize it, the more coverage they'll get. It's starting to change, which is good. I think you can say what you want about Trump, but he definitely changed the media 10 years ago, 8, 9 years ago, whatever. There's no doubt about it. People say fake news all the time now. Definitely been changed, which I think is great. So you have to decide, what your next right step is and what you're going to do. And then number 10 on my list, I'm going to review them. So hold on. Number 10 on my list is, when in doubt, go back to your why. Why are you doing this? So number 1, you need to be focusing on results. Okay. That to me is why your schedule is mostly important, because you have a goal, you have a schedule, follow the schedule. It's your daily business plan. Make sure your environment is right. That's people. That's, like prospect in the bullpen with other people. Talk to people that'll support you. Use our affiliates. They're all great. They'll support you. Understand what your passion is and visualize it every day. Every day. It's like showering. It's like brushing your teeth. It's like eating. That's how it needs to be. All right. Billable hours, and we know what those are: prospecting, lead follow-up, quality appointments, negotiating deals. Have balance in your life, though. That's why the schedule, once again, schedule is the most important, because I have balance in my schedule. The reason you work late is because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing when you're supposed to be doing. The reason you feel guilty at home is because The reason you feel guilty at work is because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing at home. If you just do the things you're supposed to be doing, you feel much better about yourself. Trust yourself. Another word is saying, be confident, right? You're a professional, right? Understand that. And you have the best brand on the planet. All right. Avoid the blame game. You're responsible. As soon as you live your, that's one thing that Mark Stark and I used to talk about all the time. It's one thing that he drove home all the time is that it's, you live your life as if everything is happening because of you, because it is. Okay. Number 8 was stop wasting time. Right. Number 9 was do the next right thing. And when I say stop wasting time, once again, follow the schedule solves that too. All right. Take the next right step, also on your schedule. And when in doubt, when you need motivation, go back to your why. Maybe take a 10-minute break and visualize and meditate. Meditate, as Deepak Chopra would say. Okay, so those are my top 10 rockstar reminder for the end of January. Okay, these are the things that you need to be focusing on all the time. All right, I was just in California last week and I did my new training called Is Your Net Working? Little play on words there, networking, because everything should be linked together, folks. The number one step you need to take is if you have a group of people in your phone and that group of people are not in the VAC getting drips from you, you're making a big mistake. If you're not connected with them on social media, you're making a big mistake. So if you haven't done that and it's the end of January, once again, you need to do that immediately. Everything starts working better when you do that. And then every day after that, you just add new people. Well, not every day, maybe every week, you add a few people to it. Next thing you know, you have a gigantic network. Okay? So there you go. Those are my 10. Any questions? Hit *6 to unmute yourself, and I can hear you. I'll take questions. I'll take statements, observations, anything I can help you with today. *6, and then we can hear you. Okay. So it sounds like I've covered everything clearly. So this is the most important to me. This is the most important time of the year right now, end of January. You've either been doing what you're supposed to be doing or you haven't. Okay. Now, if you're doing 80% of it, great. Add another 10% in February, right? You'll never do 100%, folks. I'm just going to tell you, because hopefully your goal and your schedule is a little bit of a stretch, and it should be. Right? But if you're following your schedule 75, 80, 85% of the time, you're going to achieve your goal, because very few people actually do that. All right? So this is the reason I call it the most important time of the year, is because you're either doing it or you're not. Now, if you haven't been, not the end of the world, because like I said, we've only gone through less than 10% of the year, but it's critical that you make that change now, or it will affect your results by the end of the year. Okay, so you need to, if you're only getting in, half your prospecting time, pick it up. Do the things you're supposed to be doing. Make the changes now so you can have the year you want. Remember, we're going to thrive in 2025. All right, everybody, keep it rocking. We'll do this again next week. If you need me, call me anytime. Thanks, everybody.